Hello Genius, today we are going to learn evolution of mankind. We are going to know about Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthalensis, Homo sapiens, sapiens and civilization. Introduction. The scientist Louis Leakey, who discovered this species, in the border region between Tanzania and Kenya in the continent of Africa and named it Homo habilis because beside their fossilized remains, he found some tools made by them. In Latin, Homo means man, and habilis means the one who uses his hands skillfully. Homo habilis. Homo habilis could stand on 2 feet and walk. His spine was slightly bent and not quite erect. His brain was bigger than that of the apes, although his face and limbs were somewhat similar to theirs. The stone tools made by Homo habilis were not useful for hunting big animals. They had limited uses such as scraping meat from the skin of dead animals or breaking bones to get the marrow. We can infer from this that Homo habilis was a forager. He ate the leftovers of animals that had been hunted by other animals. It is possible that he hunted small animals and gathered eggs, wild fruits and roots to eat. Homo erectus. Homo erectus marks an important stage in human evolution. Erectus means the one who stands erect, hence the name Homo erectus. Compared to Homo habilis, he had a more developed brain. Humans of the Homo erectus lived in groups. Homo erectus could survive in that extremely cold climate because he had learned to use fire. However, he had not yet mastered the technique of making fire. Tools made by the Homo erectus were more developed and symmetrical compared to those made by Homo habilis. Homo erectus made tools like the hand axe. Remains of Homo erectus have been found along with his tools in the continents of Africa, Asia, and Europe. Homo neanderthalensis. One more stage of development in human evolution is Homo neanderthalensis. He was physically big and strong. He is commonly known as the Neanderthal man because his remains were first found at Neanderthal, a place in Germany. His brain was more developed than that of Homo erectus. The Neanderthals primarily lived in caves. They made tools out of big pebbles. Such tools were fixed on a bone or wooden shaft to make weapons like the spear, axe, etc. Some scientists believe that they also communicated with each other by producing grunts and other primary sounds. On the basis of C14 dating, it is estimated that the Neanderthals became extinct about 30,000 years ago. Homo sapiens. The human species that was more intelligent than any of the earlier species was named Homo sapiens. In Europe, Homo sapiens is also known as Cro-Magnon man. Their remains have been found in the continents of Europe, Asia and Africa. Homo sapiens made different kinds of tools and implements to suit the tasks they needed to do. They used to make stone blades and fix them in grooves and notches made in wood or bone handles. Homo sapiens had evolved to the stage of having a fully developed larynx which could produce a range of sounds with subtle differences. Their jaws and the muscles inside the mouth were well developed and the tongue was flexible. Using these words, he could speak and communicate. In short, he had a well-developed language system. He could draw pictures on the basis of actual observation as well as imagination. He even began to make artistic objects. That is why he has been named Homo sapiens, i.e., intelligent man or thinking man. Homo sapiens sapiens is the name given to the humans as their capacity to think developed even further than that of Homo sapiens. The capacity of their brain and their grasping power also developed further with time. Around 11,000 to 10,000 BC, Homo sapiens sapiens developed the technique of cultivating land and keeping animals. Because of their well-developed capacity to think, the speed at which they improved their technology increased with time. They began to live a more settled life. They began to grow food grains in the fields. As a result, the amount of carbohydrates in their food increased. The changed lifestyle and diet affected the appearance of humans. Their body and face grew smaller than they had been in the earlier generations. The name Homo sapiens sapiens reflects their intellectual and cultural rather than their physical prowess. All animals must necessarily meet their basic need for food. Thank you. The history of the evolution of humans that began from apes can be divided into various stages. In the following lessons, we shall learn about various facets of human culture and their different stages. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Genius Prep.